Let's go. Racks 27 and 28 on the road to 1,000 breaking runs. 10 ball, 9-foot table, 4 1/8 inch pockets. Trying to pocket the 2 balls behind the 1 ball. Trying to make them in the side pockets. A little bit of a pop. The 6 did go in the side pocket on the left-hand side of the table. And you will notice a terrible cluster here on the bottom of the table. This is due to a lot of factors, such as not a great break, the way you're cueing the cue ball, the speed you're using, the placement of the cue ball, so many different things. I did call the 4 ball in the corner pocket here, playing the carom shot, taking the cue ball, hitting the 1, sending the cue ball toward the 4, and I'm hitting one with speed. I didn't absolutely crush the balls, but I did hit them hard enough to go around. That way, possibly they did line up for another shot. This opened the rack wide open. I do have a shot on the 1 ball in the bottom right-hand corner pocket. The 2 ball was right here on the bottom of the table. Shooting the 1 ball in with quite a bit of pace. I hit this ball very firm, tried to create an angle, and I did. I left myself a nice angle on the 2 ball here. You'll notice the 3 is tied up here with another ball in the bottom left-hand corner of the table. Shooting the 2 ball with a high left spin to go 1 rail back out toward the middle. I want to make sure to go high enough on the table so when I pocket the 3 ball, I do not run into what I believe is the 7 ball right next to it. This next shot is pretty sporty. The table's playing conditions right now are capable of doing this. I shoot the 3 ball, high right spin, around 2 o'clock on the cue ball, go 1 rail, 2 rails, back down table to have shape on the 5. I did overrun shape a little bit. I have to back cut the 5 toward the corner pocket. This sends my cue ball 1 rail toward the 8. I want to absolutely make sure to miss the 8 ball. I elect to hit this ball with a little bit of speed. I knew the path of my cue ball here. High left spin, around 11 o'clock, sending it 1 rail, 2 rail, 3 rails back out toward the middle of the table. This rack just became completely runnable. Pretty much perfect here. Shooting the 7 with a nice draw stroke, 6 o'clock on the cue ball. Nice and smooth, nice follow through, staying down on the ball, drawing back for the 8 ball. I left myself enough angle to where I could shoot the 8 ball and draw back for the 9 ball. Shooting again, 6 o'clock on the cue ball, drawing straight over. I made sure to create a little bit of an angle so I did not scratch in the side pocket, as you can see. Left myself an angle on the 9. I would have liked to have been a little bit straighter so I didn't have to cross table and wouldn't have trouble holding the cue ball. But here I'm just guaranteeing myself to pocket the 9 ball with a low spin, like a stun spin, a little bit below center. Going straight across the table for the 10 ball, removing the magic rack, and firing the 10 in for this run on the road to 1,000 breaking runs. This was a quite fun rack. I do remember this one, and I was happy to get out. I had to think a little bit on this one. So, rack 28 on the road to 1,000 breaking runs. I shoot this rack pretty quick, so hang on. 10 ball, magic rack, 9-foot table, 4 1/8 inch pockets. Trying to make the 2 balls behind the 1 on the side. Send my corner balls 4 rails in the corner, and a couple other little balls in there as well. Of course, you can see me tinkering with the break. As I've stated before, they'll never be perfect. I did have quite a bit of pop on this break. When the cue ball landed, it did unfortunately get kicked, so the spin made the cue ball take off and run down table. It did come back down. I'm very fortunate, very lucky to be honest for this. But I have a nice combination shot here on the 1-7. Using center high ball spin, making sure just to roll the combination in, controlling the 1 ball, leaving it near the pocket to guarantee myself a shot on the 1. The 2 balls in the upper right-hand portion of the table, and the 3 is as well. The table was playing pretty sticky here, so I elected to go high left spin, go 1, 2, 3 rails. On new equipment, I would draw the cue ball. But right here, I go 1, 2, 3 rails back out toward the middle of the table. Made sure to go far enough to when I pocket the 2, I can hold the cue ball down there for the 3. If I'd have shot that any lighter, I would have had too much angle to hold the cue ball for the 3. But I hit it good speed, just rolled the 2 ball in there with the high cue ball, making sure to hold position. Shooting the 3 here in the corner. Looks like I'm using a bottom right just to kind of kill the cue ball and hold it down there for the 4. Killing it means to make it not track as far, not go as far. Shooting the 4 with high left spin around 11 o'clock. Coming around the 10 ball, making sure to leave myself a good angle on the 5 to the 8. This is basically just a draw shot, drawing over. Good angle on the 8 ball here. Now I have some options. I can draw, I can come around table, whatever I'm pretty much comfortable with. I elected to go 1 rail, pop out to the middle. I could have came around 3 just as well, but I was feeling pretty good this day on the long shots, confident. Pocketing the 9 ball here, basically with the stop shot. Looks like I will probably send the cue ball off the rail. Yes, back out to the middle of the table so I can cue the 10 nicely And this concludes this run on the road to 1,000 breaking runs. Guys, don't be afraid to give me back some feedback. Wouldn't mind hearing it. Editing these videos is easy, does take some time. Let me know what you think. And as always, my great sponsors always staying behind me. I appreciate them very much. Check them out.